Hey everybody, and welcome to Kara's Book Corner. Today I'm going to be reviewing Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. This book is the second book of the Six of Crows duology, and so if you have not read Six of Crows and you do not want spoilers, I will be linking my video for Six of Crows in the description box below if you want to go listen to that. However, there will be spoilers for Six of Crows in this video, so go and check that one out if you do not want spoilers. Alright, I'm just going to jump right into this book. We leave off with a pretty big cliffhanger in Six of Crows, and so they just got double-crossed by Van Eck. They did manage to pull off the biggest heist ever, essentially. They all came out alive, which was a little touch and go there for a minute. You find out that Nina, who took the Jurda harem, is really struggling with her addiction now. She's trying to get over the effects of that drug. Let's see. Nina. Inej, got captured in the first book, the end of the very first book, by Van Eck. He kidnaps her, so Kaz is on the warpath trying to get her back. Matthias is basically just taking care of Inej. Wylan was completely transformed by Nina's Grisha magic to look like Kuai, so he's completely different. Jesper is just kind of being Jesper. He doesn't have a lot going on at the end of the first book, besides being double-crossed by Van Eck. So that's where we are with this book. So a lot of the very first part of this is them plotting to get Inej back and figuring out where Van Eck has Inej. You also get Jesper's father comes in, and it's great to have a parental figure in this story. It's so great. Jesper's father is just a little cinnamon roll, and I love him. So Jesper and Wylan in the first book were pretty flirty. That continues in this book, although with Wylan now looking like a completely different person who is also part of their crew, really kind of puts a wrench in their relationship. Kaz and Inej, if you are a huge shipper of Kaz and Inej like I am, you can rejoice because this book gives you tons of Kaz and Inej, all of the feels. I'm not going to go into it because of spoilers, but read it. Okay, then Matthias and Nina. Nina's getting over her addiction, so she's kind of just dealing with that, really. Matthias is trying to work through his prejudices against the Grisha magic and just really trying to help Nina get better, and also he's still helping out with the heist. Well, not really heist, but figuring out where Inej is, and then as the plot develops, what they do after. So I don't really want to give too much away because there's a lot of plots and spoilers. A lot of it has to revolve around Kuwei, who knows the secret Jurda harem, and he, everybody wants him. So there's several different plot points going on around him, and so yeah, it's really great. One thing I want to mention is how many times they still mention waffles and eating. It's just so fantastic. It's really funny because since Nina is dealing with her addiction, she doesn't really mention a lot, she's not really eating, and so she's really struggling with these wanting to eat but not wanting to eat, and so that was really fun to, not fun, and it's not funny, addiction is terrible, but I really liked the way that Leigh Bardugo handled it. It was really good to see someone overcome their addiction like that, and it's really great when Nina finally is hungry and they all rejoice because they all know how much Nina loves food, and Nina hasn't been hungry, so obviously something is incredibly wrong. I love the cast and crew of characters that you have and new people that you meet. You did meet Kaz's rival, Pika Rollins? Pika Rollins. In the first book, a little bit, you know a little bit of backstory of him, but you get even more here. Kaz basically completely confronts him, and all of that going down is fantastic. You actually get quite a bit of backstory, a lot more backstory of Kaz in this book, I feel like. Both Kaz and Inej. Jesper a little bit, you find out what happens to his mom. Meeting his dad, you kind of like, that gets it all explained. Wylan, we know his father is Van Eck, who we all know is a jerk, so that's great. But you also find out who his mom is and like the backstory of that. And then also Matthias and Nina, we don't get a ton more backstory of here. We find out how they meet in the first book and like their backstory together. And we know Nina was in the war, and we don't really need a ton more like backstory here. We pretty much got it all in the first book, but their character development is so much better in this one. They really like shoot off, in my opinion. So yeah, I love this series. 5 out of 5 stars. If you have not read this duology, I would highly recommend it. I try not to get too spoilery, but these are all my tabbies for this book, and it's just really fun. The characters are just fantastic. The dialogue is going to make you laugh out loud funny. The banter between the characters is just great, and if you haven't picked up this series, I would highly recommend it. Alright guys, well that is all today, so I will see you later. Bye!